All right, welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is St. Kramer with Brian the Grizzly, and we have back Sully Streams. I appreciate Sully coming in and talking another Oscar Best Picture nomination. We are going to be talking about The Complete Unknown with Timothee Chalamet about Bob Dylan, his early career life. But before we get into that, I want to give Sully a moment to shout out his channel and where you can find those awesome movie reviews at.
No, I appreciate being back on here to talk another one of these. All over social media, any place that anyone hangs out at Sully Streams is usually where I'm lurking. But mostly these days it's YouTube and Twitter. So either of those two.
Yeah, cool.
Check him out. Really good reviews. I mean,
appreciate it.
Yeah, no, they're really, really great. And he has a Complete Unknown review, so I'll make sure to put a link in the description. Probably put the little tabby up here right above my head so you can go click that and check out his full review of it. But we're just going to be talking about it as a Best Picture nomination. So before we get into it, Brian, you got a quick rundown of what the movie is about?
Always. In the early 1960s, 19-year-old Bob Dylan arrives in New York with his guitar and a revolutionary talent, destined to change the course of American music. Forming his most intimate relationships during the rise to fame, he grows restless with the folk movement, making a controversial choice that reverberates worldwide.
Yeah. So we'll get into, because this takes place before he does his Highway 61 Revisited album, which is probably one of his biggest, I want to say. It's definitely considered one of like music's best album of all time, kind of, it's up there with all that. So yeah, but let's get into just initial thoughts and what you think about this movie. Sully, what you think about it?
Yeah, I like this one. As someone that is definitely not a Bob Dylan fan, I listen to a lot of other people from that era, but he is not one of them that I've ever really gravitated towards. I think he's a really good songwriter, but I just don't really love listening to his voice all that much. But with that in mind, I did enjoy this movie. I thought Chalamet did a good job. I thought he had a really good supporting cast backing him up. I'm a big Johnny Cash guy, and I thought Boyd Holbrook as Johnny Cash was awesome. I've always thought he's pretty good in movies, nothing special, but he disappeared into this role for me. And I think I give it extra points because we have a lot of musical biopics coming out these days that seem to just follow the same formula. And even though this movie might be a touch too long, I did appreciate that it did something different where it almost just pushed the plot to the side and let the music do the talking. There are like 20 or 30 performances, and what you kind of lack in dialogue and basic, narrative structure, you kind of just get through Chalamet's demeanor on stage and the actual words that he's singing. So I appreciated that. And I took my father, who obviously is more attuned to that time period where all of this was actually happening. So yeah, I dug this one. I liked it.
Yeah. Okay. What are you, Brian? Initial thoughts?
It was good. I'm not in love with it. Obviously, it's not my cup of tea. I'm more of 80s rock. 60s. It's not necessarily a folk movie, music for me. But can I say that it was done well? Yes. It's 140 minutes of just performances, a lot of performances, and I can appreciate the way it was done. Timothee Chalamet, I'm not a huge fan of all time. I think he did a wonderful job. It's because I think he's oversaturated, right? It's hard for me to see him in everything and then say that's who he is. But I think he did a wonderful job. I think the supporting cast, I love Ed Norton. I just do.
He's great.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It's a good movie. People who live through it nostalgically are going to love it more. And that's how I looked around and I was like, okay, yeah, I can see everyone just mesmerized. And I wasn't in the movie like that, but I could recognize a good movie. So,
yeah. Yeah. So before I give my thoughts real quick, we'll give the other nomination. So it's up for 8 total nominations. The biggest one is Best Picture, obviously, but it is also up for Sound, which being a musical biopic, it probably should, right? So it's up for Sound. It's up for Writing, adapted screenplay. It is up for Actor in Leading Role with Timothee Chalamet, and that is a very, very heavy category that he's in with Adrian Brody, Coleman Domingo, Ralph Fiennes, and Sebastian Stan. That's a really good category.
It's a heavy hitting group.
Yeah. And then Edward Norton, like you guys said, is also up for supporting actor. Also another good group with Guy Pearce, Jeremy Strong, Kieran Culkin, and Yura, what was it, Brovoso from Honora. Yeah. See what else. I think it was a couple more. Actress in a supporting role for Monica Barbaro. Costume design is up there, and directing. Did I miss one? No, that's it.
No, the directing, James Mangold. Yeah,
James Mangold. Which he's a great director. I really haven't seen too much of him that I did not like. So
yeah, same.
Yeah. So, but yeah, kind of my initial thoughts was I'm not a Bob Dylan fan. I'm not a folk music kind of genre person. I really don't find that too entertaining, although I do appreciate the importance of it, because obviously a lot of important movements were always around that kind of music and that kind of songs that a lot of those artists created. So, but even with that being said, like I still thought it was like a really well done movie, and Timothee Chalamet was amazing in it. Edward Norton as Pete Seeger was like freaking awesome. Like his little accent that he had was so good. It was like, but yeah, Boyd Holbrook with Johnny Cash, like these guys were great. Even like a big surprise for me was Dan Folger. I love Dan Folger just because he's so weird, and it's always like funny to see him in movies because I always remember him from Fanboys, and he's always like a fanboy, and he's just this geek, and seeing him in movies always kind of like puts a smile on my face. But I thought this movie was really well done, for another musical biopic. I thought it was really good. And that last hour, I don't know how you guys feel, that last hour when he came on the TV show and then did the big concert at the end, or the festival at the end, that last hour or so was really well done. Seeing his bad boy kind of side kind of come out with the glasses, and he's in all black and all that stuff. But cool. So let's get into, does it deserve to be on this list of best pictures? Is it one of the best pictures of 2024? Sully, what you think?
Yeah, I definitely think it does. Just looking back at my letterbox over here, not even looking at Oscar films in general, I had this at my number 6 of the entire year in general. I really liked it. When it comes to best picture, I think I have it probably ranked like 3rd, probably behind like Dune and The Substance personally.
Substance.
I don't know if I think, I like the gross stuff.
Yeah, it's so good though. Yeah,
it's so good.
I don't know. I think it has a better shot at other categories. I don't know if I think that it's going to win Best Picture, even though I've been seeing stuff lately that's saying it's technically the front runner from some places, but I don't know if I buy into that, but I guess we'll see on Oscar night. But I wouldn't mind Chalamet getting best actor for this, or Ed Norton for supporting, or Mangold for director for that matter. I think it was kind of a cool structure that he gave it. Like I was saying earlier, like that. So doing so many performances and almost letting that do the talking is like a choice. Like it's a definite choice. Thought he directed the musical scenes really well. I just kind of like his style in general. Looking back at some of his films, like I love how he does like Ford versus Ferrari. I think in general though, I do think this deserves to be in the definitely in the upper tier of the best picture conversation for this year.
Nice. And also I'm looking at his filmography. He did Walk the Line, so he's familiar with this kind of style, with a character, or not a person that was in this movie with Johnny Cash. So
yeah.
I don't know how much truth there is to it, but I heard that apparently he was thinking of making Joaquin Phoenix come back and be Johnny Cash in this one too.
That would have been awesome.
It would have been like quite the crossover.
Yeah, that would have been pretty awesome. But the guy who played Johnny Cash, I thought was a Boyd.
Loved it.
Yeah,
he did a really good job. With him trying to get out of the parking spot, it was like, oh yeah.
He's in like every Mangold film now. He's he's like one of his guys. He was in Logan. He was in. I don't like to talk about it, but he was in Dial of Destiny. As a massive Indiana Jones fan, I don't like that one, but yeah, he's in all of his movies now, and he's I think he does his best work in this one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I agree. But what about you, Brian? Where does it deserve to be on the list, and where would you kind of rank it with the other?
It's a no-brainer that it deserves to be on the list. I mean, it's too well done, it's too well directed, it's too well acted to not be on the list. I mean, as I said, there's some of these on the list. I'm like, why are you on here? And then I look at this, Complete Unknown is, for me, it's right in the middle. I have 4 ahead of it, and 1 I know that most people wouldn't put ahead of it, but because of the things I like, I put it 1 slot ahead. But I have it 5th, so I think it's definitely deserves to be on the list. It has all the parts that they require for you to be put on this list, and though I have it 5th of mine, I believe it probably will win.
Yeah. I can kind of see that, just because like it's up for best leading actor, supporting actor, supporting actress. So it's like you're telling me you have like 3 of the 4 biggest categories, like somebody's in there. So yeah, and directing. So it's like how better can this movie get with something like this? Like it's only missing leading actress because there wasn't, because it's about Bob Dylan. So yeah, but. Yeah, I mean, it's the acting was so great, and Timothy, I know, like Brian, like you say, he's a little oversaturated, but every time he does something, man, it's just
he puts his whole foot in it. He's really good.
He's so good, like, so he's slowly becoming a guy who's like can do everything, and do it well too. So, but yeah, this is definitely belongs on the list for me. I think this is one of the best films of the year. I would probably put it at number 4, maybe 5, somewhere around there. Because I haven't seen The Brutalist yet, and I haven't seen I'm Still Here yet.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see that one. But yeah, and Brutalist, I'm not really excited because I know there's an intermission in it, which already you're like, oh yeah.
I haven't seen it either yet. Yeah. I gotta hunker down for that one.
And it's you got like the category it is. You really got to like it. It's gonna be hard.
Yeah. But Completely Unknown is definitely up there. I recommend going and watch it, go and check it out, and making your own decision, especially if you're a Bob Dylan fan. I think this is going to be like your favorite film of all time.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I also think this is one of those ones where it plays better on the big screen with a crowd.
Yeah.
At home, it loses a little bit of that, but it's like this is the closest I've been to watching a musical where it almost feels like you're watching a concert.
I feel like when you watch it at home,
you'll lose some of that.
And I feel like you'll hear a song and you're like, oh yeah, and then you kind of like get lost in like his playlist. You're like, oh, he also did this, oh, he did that, and being kind of stuck and forced to watch the songs and music and being quiet and just enjoy it.
It plays better that way.
Yeah. Especially like I said, that last part, when he's on stage with the band and doing his thing, and it's so well done, and as a viewer, you're watching it, it's like the tensions and the music and everything going on, and yeah, it's just a really good like final climax, kind of scene for a movie of this caliber. So, but cool. You guys got anything else? Any last thoughts or words for A Complete Unknown?
Last thing I'll say about it is like this is such a crazy contrast to us talking about Emilia Perez earlier, just because it's like you have one movie that is basically Oscar bait the film, and then you have A Complete Unknown where it's like, like Brian was saying earlier, it's a movie about Bob Dylan. It's done well. Of course, it's going to be in the Best Picture category. But it's one of those things where it seemed like it was a shoe-in. It was checking a lot of boxes to get love from the Academy, but it's also good. Like it's also well done.
And it also knew what it was.
Correct. Yeah. It excelled at being that. So I think it's just definitely, it's got to be on the Best Picture list.
Yeah. Also, one's a musical and one's a biopic about a musician.
Yeah.
Guess which one has better music in it?
Yeah.
Or not the musical.
Yeah, and more music.
And more music. and it's not nominated for any of the sound is the only one. It's not nominated for any songs or original score or original song. Because I guess original song.
It's not fair. It's not. It's Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
It's not fair. Yeah, it's true. It's true. But cool. I want to shout out to everyone. Thank you guys for coming in, hanging out with us with this Oscar discussion of A Complete Unknown. We give a shout out to Sully. Appreciate you coming in and hanging out with us again for another Oscar film. Definitely go check out Sully's streams. I'll put the link to his channel down below and his review for A Complete Unknown down there as well. Again, appreciate that. Appreciate all you guys. Make sure you guys leave a comment. Let us know what you guys think about The Complete Unknown. Did you like it? You hate it? How you feel about Bob Dylan? Let us know. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and come and be part of the Spoiler King family. And again, thank you guys, and we will see you guys in the next video. Later.